Makeup package. Yeah.
Okay, so oh, it's a makeup package, so I don't get to. So I do get to shame this person,
Possibly.
possibly. Okay.
Anyway, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Dweebs United. Yeah, yippee, we're here. We're going to start with what everybody's drinking. So let's start with the Mustache Rider, since he's here early tonight.
Yeah. I went to I already said this before, but I went to my local LCBO and I got myself some Bolshevik Bastard from Nickelbrook. So.
Yeah, and you guys get it for the same price we get it for here.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Well, it's actually cheaper in Canada.
Yeah, well, it's $9.99 Canadian, which is cheaper than
it's about
$9.99
10 or
here.
it's. I think it was about 11 actually.
The $9.99 big boy.
Actually, $1.
Alrighty, next, Nicholas, what are you drinking tonight?
And I'm going to take a look at Unibrew's Noir de Chamblay.
Awesome. The Masked Crusader, what are you at tonight?
I have a Boxing Rock Temptation Red.
Awesome. Geesef.
4-pack.
Bolshevik Bastard. Okay, let's see which one answers. The one with the Dutch spelling of Eric.
I guess that's the one with the K. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm drinking Anchor's IPA, not the Liberty Ale, just their IPA.
Awesome. Other Eric, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, he was drinking water, as far as I knew.
Alrighty. Bylog?
I'm having a delicious, great value natural spring water.
You're a pussy.
Yourself, Joseph.
Slaying some whales, some Blue Moon cinnamon horchata ale. Straight up whales, bro.
Big E, Mr. Why hasn't this started yet? Chad can't poo on his own time. What are you drinking? I was having a hemp seed complication, okay? There was hemp seeds everywhere.
Hemp seeds in your poop?
What?
Yeah, I ate an entire bag of hemp seeds yesterday. They all came out of a ball.
Back on fucking topic for once. I'm drinking Matt's beer. It's the hipster brunch stout.
I'm going to start tonight with Clifford Porter, I think.
Is Ewart starting a feud on BDU all of a sudden? Is that what's going on here?
I don't know. Is he?
I don't know. Is he?
Is he?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Is old man Ewart going senile? Because he just made fun of Matt.
Old Man Murray.
What? I'm frozen. This is fucking atrocious.
And it's never been better.
Alrighty, so as per usual, before we get to topics, I will just quickly rant out any of the interesting things that came up on Canadian beer news this week, which actually isn't much this week. There was not much that came out. One, Molson Coors is adding a session IPA to the Molson Canadian 67 brand lineup. So Molson Canadian 67 session IPA is 3% alcohol. I got a can of it tonight. It's over there. I'm going to review it probably tomorrow.
Wow, I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, it's dry hopped with Mosaic and Sriracha Ace.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
And it's the Molson Canadian 67 base beer, so the extremely tasteless beer. So this actually might turn out okay.
Well, it's not like it's going to have any malt or anything getting in the way of the fucking
No, I know. What else has come up? Great Lakes and Amsterdam are collaborating on Life Sentence Triple IPA, which will be out this week.
malt. Okay.
Is that
10%
Life Sentence American barley wine?
10% ABV and 100 plus IBUs. Triple IPA using 100 kilograms of late harvest Chinook hops from Washington. It's going to be a lot of helicopters.
Oh.
Pardon me?
I said that sounds like something I want in my mouth.
No comment. None.
Brick Brewing is bringing Landshark Lager to Canada. You guys get Bolshevik Bastard, we get Landshark Lager. It's a even trade.
It's a fair trade. Yeah,
Isn't
that
that
is.
that fucking margarita? Is that
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett beer?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Good luck.
Yep, Jimmy Buffett, only brewed in Florida, I believe, Jacksonville.
Somewhere
Yeah.
off the coast.
Yeah, that's
No, off
brewed
the
for
coast of Nova Scotia.
that's brewed for people who live in Florida, not people who live in fucking Canada, where we actually have winter.
Exactly.
You guys even have? Do you have sharks in Canada?
Do you even have
well,
winter?
We do actually. We do. We get great whites and stuff.
When we discussed this beer, we decided that a land shark was a skunk
Okay.
Nice.
because they creep up on you. People get scared. They get fearful. They freeze in fear, just like with a real shark. You can use something to protect yourself, such as a coat, but like a shark cage, the strength of their attack can get through.
Yeah, that's a real bad comparison.
I was
Just
gonna say,
just
45
like
seconds
a
of my
shark,
life I'll never get back.
just like a shark, they will eat anything.
You're really reaching.
What's the next
You're
topic
reaching
again?
right
I
now.
don't. what's the next
First
topic?
City Brewery is now open in St. John, New Brunswick.
I heard their first batch was infected, so.
Where did you hear that, Nick?
Oh, I have connections. Ish.
They opened up with an IPA using Magnum, Amarillo, Centennial, and Citra and Galaxy hops,
A little
and
bit
an
of vinegar.
ESB brewed with Challenger and Willamette.
It was the ESB that they put it on tap, and then almost immediately had to take it off because it was sour
Oh wow.
at Bourbon Quarters. So I mean, I heard that through the grapevine. But I hope they do better. But that's not a good start.
Maybe they can start a restaurant and call it Taps.
Yeah, they could do that. You know what? I really should send you some bottles of their newest stuff.
You really shouldn't.
No, I really think I should.
Don't go to your way, Rhino. I know money's tight. It's the Christmas
There
season. You should
was
just forget about it.
a pub here called Taps, actually. And they are gone because they closed up a long time ago, didn't pay their employees. The employees that did work there started their own company. It's called Big Tide now. So that's a little bit of St. John beer history right there.
Oh, so these guys are the guys that were Big Tide at one point.
No, not First City, but Taps that we used.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
See,
Yeah, I
you
don't
confuse them. You confuse them right off the bat.
guys. I don't know. I think they're like Dane and Dawn, really. Starting into their basement.
Ah.
Alrighty. Starting out of your... see, and that's the weird thing. Like, how are there not more breweries out there if you're allowed to do that? Here, you have to have a fucking building. It has to have all the exact same things as a big brewery would have. The same sewer hookup, the same water hookup, the same power hookups. Everything has to be the same.
Yeah.
In New Brunswick.
We're not living under your oppressive Nazi government in
Yeah.
fucking
You're not
Ontario,
living
sir.
in your Ontario Liquor Board regime.
We're not
Regime.
we're not under the guillotine of Frau Wynn over there just on her
Well,
pedestal.
talking about
two-stepping.
Frau Wynn, she is pictured buying the very first six-pack of beer from a grocery store in Ontario. She has Collective Arts Rhyme and Reason in her hand. She has a big smile on her face. She talks about how much she loves beer, which I'm pretty sure she's never had a beer before, except for on whatever picture she gets taken with her. But the first go ahead.
Guy.
The first piece of news is basically that six-packs are now available, and single cans and bombers now available at grocery stores. There were 60 grocery stores that started. There will be 150 grocery stores by next December, and then by 2 years after that, we'll be up to the 450. There's one in Niagara Falls. There's a Food Basics in Niagara Falls that's selling beer. I really have to go and take a video of myself buying beer at a grocery store. For Northern Ontario, if you don't live in Thunder Bay, you're too fucking bad for you right now because they're all in Thunder Bay. Of these 60, if you go through the list, there is like 45 of them that are in the GTA.
People in the GTA don't have enough access to booze.
Well, yeah, exactly, right?
I bet you before this whole sort of beer thing became a political issue, Catherine Wynn, her exclusive connection with alcohol was probably getting like a fucking Pinot Noir enema every night or something like that.
Your face says it all.
She's just like such a fucking phony, man. Such a fucking
Here's
phony.
my thought. Here's my thoughts on it. Is so they say what by 2017 they're gonna have 450 grocery stores that have it.
Yep.
How come they don't have just 450 grocery stores right now that carry it? What's the holdup?
Well, they have to think of the children and make sure that it's all working very well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just like the only thing it adds is convenience, right? That's the only thing it's adding. It's a step in the right direction for Ontario, but the masses think it's actually a step in the right direction instead of realizing it's just kind of a sidestep. Because they can only carry beers that are carried by the beer store anyway. They can't bring in whatever they want. They can't have a craft brewer that goes, "Hey, do you want to carry our super special beer that nobody else has?" Can't do that. They can only sell it for the price that it's sold for at the beer store. They can only put it on sale if it's on sale at the beer store, and for as long as it's on sale at the beer store. They can only sell for the same hours that the beer stores or LCBOs have, which actually brings up another thing that we'll talk about shortly. Basically, it's just a convenience, and that's it, except it's not convenient, because they're saying, oh, you can go in and do one-stop shopping. Sure you can, but you actually you can't buy your groceries and your beer at the same checkout. You have to go to a special checkout to buy your beer.
Yeah, that's fucked.
And here's a question. If this becomes widespread, where, we eventually get to the point where, yes, we have 450 grocery stores selling beer, are you going to start seeing these sort of like nanny state special interest groups that are always going after tobacco and lottery? Are they going to start going after fucking beer labels and stuff like that in grocery stores, saying you can't have it colorful because it'll attract the attention of kids and all that shit?
Oh, probably.
Have it colorful because that's racist.
Well, they should do the same thing with Lucky Charms. I mean, that's colorful and attracts children and is fucking unhealthy as shit.
There we go. There we fucking go.
Taxes, sugars! Taxes,
all
sugars!
the potato chips, all the fucking cereal.
Listen, man, the Irish, they were persecuted enough. They don't need you.
Oh, what?
Oh.
No,
You know, it'd be really nice if parents were just parents. That would be cool.
Well, we know that's going to be a stretch.
Doesn't work in any country.
That's going to be an evolutionary change.
Mhm.
We're going to need,
Got to idiot-proof everything because people are stupid? Fantastic.
Yeah.
At the end of the
New
day,
England.
this whole grocery store thing, I mean, it's a step in the right direction, but all it is for Wynn, it's a shiny object to distract people from all the other stupid shit she's doing.
Yes.
Very true. Now, as I was saying, they can only sell beer at the grocery stores at the same timetable that they can sell it at the LCBO and the beer store, which brings us to that segues into the next thing. As of today, because of Tuesday when this opened up and you could start buying your beer at the grocery store at 9 a.m., as of today, Ontario brewers have realized they can sell beer at 9 a.m. instead of 11 a.m. like they've always been forced to wait till. They did not know they could sell at 11 a.m. A lot of breweries had pictures of people walking in their doors at 9 a.m. today, going, hey, if the grocery stores can do it, so can we. And they actually were told by the AGCO, you're 100% correct. You can.
There we go.
That's a positive, right?
Yeah, my fucking liquor store opens at fucking 9:30.
If I ever wake up before 11, I'll be sure to take advantage of that.
There's bars in Detroit you can drink at 7 a.m. This is to me is like, this is painful to listen to.
Where do you live again, Stuart?
Fuck, I don't know, man. But when I used to work midnights, man, we'd get off and we would go drink at like 7 in the morning. There'd be places that'd be open. That's real freedom, man. You can drink at 7 o'clock in the morning and buy your liquor at whatever hour.
That's fucking America.
Real freedom, America, man. All this
Before
stuff that we
after
talk
the
about, like,
break
it's
war.
such a big step. It's like we have miles to go. While it's nice to credit, this little baby step. Who gives a shit? Really, it means so little.
Yeah,
Until
before
we
you
get to,
can-
we're not really free, man. We can keep talking about this one link in the chain band, but this still on us, man.
Before you can get loaded at a bar before noon, no real progress has been made. You got to be able to get loaded before noon.
You should be able to do whatever the hell you want to do.
walk in
the
5
bottom
a.m.
line.
and just shit-faced. Yes, I agree. You're fantastic. But hang on. Make sure there's no potato chips for sale. No potato chips, no cereal. Right?
Well, I'm just saying, if they're gonna regulate liquor, they should regulate sugar and fat. I'm just saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
You just saying?
I'm just saying. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nobody's regulating me, you or fuck you.
Yeah, the airlines are 2 seats, buddy. 2 seats.
You know what they should regulate?
I don't think I'm a big guy.
I'm just saying.
I don't think I'm 2-seat big.
Well, you're saying you're not close. I agree, but I'm just saying people are regulating certain sizes.
You're trailing off, Ewert. I can't hear you.
Yeah, he's like, oh fuck. He is bigger than me.
Did I catch a niner in there? You calling from a walkie-talkie?
Well, yeah, listen, you better get your little button there and get the nurse in to help you out.
You soil your fucking diapers.
Where's my
again?
fucking Jello? Where is my Jello?
Exactly.
Where's your prune juice? Is it next to the hipster brunch?
Excuse me.
Yeah, them goddamn hipsters. I'll tell you though. Bourbon barrels, coffee, maple syrup, and bacon. Anybody grooving that? Anybody want some of that?
No, I had it.
Sounds like a rogue beer.
I want some of that.
Yeah, it's actually a rogue beer that would be good. Yeah, that rogue beer is fucking.
Rogue would fuck this up. There's no question.
Yeah, well, they already did. They did a good job.
You know what I'm going to drink next? I think I'm going to have a Miller Lite.
Should we examine it?
God.
Who else has Miller Lite? Let's do it.
Getting real.
I want to hear, like, Chad, you see one of those Molson 67 IPAs or whatever?
Yeah, the Session IPA. I have one.
Why are you not doing that right now? I'm genuinely interested.
Because I have to still review it. I haven't had it yet.
Now.
Hey,
Miller
Chad,
Lite, I think Miller Lite is a lot better than MGD 64. If you're going to compare those two, I
Well,
think
64, of course, it's better than 64. That stuff is just like drinking bubbly carbonated water. And that's
Seltzer.
Well, that's the same as drinking Miller Lite.
It's the same as drinking water.
Just it's not natural light watery, but it's pretty damn
The
close.
same. It's almost the same as drinking Fresca.
Take a shot of whiskey and drink a glass of water. It's all the same.
Sounds good to me.
From the UK, there was a UK beer mile that was ran just recently, and Elvira Monses was the badass grandma that completed the beer mile. She is 81 years old. She did the beer mile. She said she wished she had been drinking scotch instead of beer the entire way. Like this woman's awesome. This woman is awesome. And she did the beer mile with her daughter, her 50-year-old daughter. And she beat her daughter. She did it faster than her daughter.
Yeah, her daughter's probably was like weaned on Cheetos and shit.
So how does that work exactly? They run a mile and drink a beer, or they
You have a beer before you run. You chug a beer, then you start the race, and every quarter mile you have to chug another beer.
Oof. Yeah.
like that here, except it was the same idea, except you had to be on your bicycle. That's a really bad idea.
That sounds like a really bad idea.
Oh yeah, because you're like leaning forward and things are like your belly's there and things are hitting your. Oh yeah. I could see that easily.
Well, that's also drinking and driving here in Ontario. You'd get arrested for that.
Wow.
You can get a BUI here. I mean, I didn't do it. I just watched other retards do it. It was
You can get a BUI just paddling around in your canoe in Massachusetts.
What if you were on your skateboard, dude?
Bro, no, don't say bro. What about your hover board,
Your
bro?
hoverboard, bro. Your hoverboard, bro.
Now
Is that even a thing, dude? What's going on?
You know, we have sorghum beer. We have buckwheat beer. We have what else is out there? There's buckwheat, sorghum, fucking
Redbridge.
bamboo. There's bamboo beer. Avocado. Yeah, bamboo beer. It's a Filipino kid started making bamboo beer here in Ontario. He gets his family from the Philippines to actually ship bamboo here, and they make.
And you can't get it anywhere.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you just grow bamboo?
It's basically it's only at like certain ethnic food restaurants.
Racist. That's racist as fuck.
Yeah.
So
and apparently it doesn't taste very good. But anyway, there's 2 new beers coming out. One of them, 2 new beers that are out. One of them is in Australia. It's an avocado beer. Now, I don't like avocado myself. I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the texture. The texture's the thing that turns me off the most. But avocado's huge in oil, so I'm going to take a educated guess on the brewing process and think that texture, because of the huge amount of fatty oils in an avocado, is going to translate over into the beer, which really kind of scares me. Am I willing to try it? Sure. Apparently this stuff is huge, but yeah, I'm scared of it. I'm really scared of it, but I would try it.
It makes enough fermentable sugars that it can actually generate some ABV. I don't know. To me, that's not one that's really conducive to that.
It doesn't talk about whether or not he has to add any adjuncts. I'm going to assume he has to add corn sugar or something.
Yeah, I was going to say. It can't be 100% avocado based. That's just can't happen.
No, you actually can do like beet beers, and beet beers can get really, really high ABVs, but I don't know about with avocado itself. I don't think it's
a beet beer. I don't want to be shitting red for a week.
Then the other interesting ingredient beer that's out now is there is a group in the U.S. that is making lentil beer.
Ugh.
Now I do not know. I don't know enough about lentils at all. I don't know what their makeup is, but I mean, I suppose that could be your next gluten-free beer craze right there.
Wow, just going from really not fucking tasty to incredibly fucking disgusting. Way to go. Big revolution there.
It's a lentil cream ale is what they made.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm brewing a beer that has bacon in it. That, use bacon. I turned bacon into bacon caramel and added caramel to a stout.
That'd be cool.
That sounds way better than lentils. Way better.
A creamed lentil. Yummy.
Yeah. By the way, Chad, Jordan wants an invite, but of course we have a full room. I told him of this consequence, but he wants an invite.
People are just late to the party.
Yep.
There are 3 Toronto Starbucks that are starting to sell beer and wine. So
just like the grocery stores, man. There's a shitload of alcoholics in the GTA, man, that they got to take care of.
Is all their booze going to be overpriced too?
You're gonna at 3079 Bloor Street West, at 446 Spadina, and at 1740 Avenue Road in North Toronto near Lawrence Avenue.
Does that mean I can get wine at 7 a.m. when they open?
Better be.
No, they'll still only be allowed to sell from 9 a.m. until close.
Oh. Now, wait, can Tim Hortons do it? Can Tim Hortons? Because I have a 24-hour Tim Hortons here. I could be buying booze while I'm at work. That would be awesome.
This will open up a slight little precedent if everything goes through, because they're waiting on their very final AGCO application. They made it through the first 2 stages. If they get their very final piece of paper and they're actually going to start fully selling, it opens up a precedent that, yeah, Timmy's should be allowed to, so should Taco Bell, so should anybody that serves anything.
That'd be awesome.
Taco Bell would be awesome.
It would definitely help the taste of the fucking food.
Well, the whole point of Taco Bell is you gotta be shit faced to enjoy it. So why not just skip the middleman and
That's the best way, man.
eating there?
There's nothing quite like a diuretic plus a diuretic. It's awesome,
Yeah.
Fucking hell. It's just not smart for the consumer. I mean, you can have it if you want it. I mean, it's your body, right? Do what you want.
They'll be considered like a new caloric or what do you call it? Colonic diet. Yeah, you know, go to fucking Taco Bell and drink some beer and fuck.
What they really
Good luck to your a-hole.
The only side effect is a prolapse anus, but other than that, you're healthy as fuck.
Now, 4 days ago, there was a news article that came out in the States about how the U.S. breweries were having a hard time sourcing out cans. That Ball, Rexham, and Crown could not keep up on producing enough 473 milliliter cans, the 16-ounce cans. Now, I was making a comment on my Facebook page today about how I hadn't heard about this in Ontario. I heard that it was hard for Ontario breweries to get printed cans, which is why they were all going with silver bullets now, but that they could still get them. And then today, a news article comes out from the Ontario brewers saying, yeah, we actually are having a hard time getting these 473s as well. So my only question is, there's three main producers in North America. Again, Ball, Rexam, and Crown. Crown does have a few places that are on strike right now, but apparently they were mostly making cans for Coke and Sprite and all that. If you have three main producers, and the demand for pint cans and the demand for 473s is so high that you're running out, why don't you just start making more of them? It's not like a canning facility takes much time changing the molds. It's not like they take much time to build them at all. Stop making Coke cans if you're making so many make less Coke cans if you're making so many beer cans that cost more that you don't have enough for people. I don't know, or open up a new facility. Build a new fucking facility.
Or just put beer in the Coke cans.
Well, there's the thing, right? Like, they could just buy 12-ounce cans because there's no shortage of 12-ounce cans.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a shortage of cans. Apparently the strike is hurting a little bit because they're making more 12-ounce cans at other facilities. Yeah, I don't know. There can't. It's a can. It's an aluminum can. It's so easy to make. There has to be a way to source out cans more than just going with those three main producers. Then, I'm gonna assume that the biggest problem, and I know an assumption isn't something you should do, but I'm gonna assume the biggest problem here is the cost if you go with one of the other manufacturers. Oh, excuse me. Because the big guys are going to sell them for cheaper. They're basically the Walmart. They're the Walmart of the canning industry. If you go to one of the small guys, you're probably paying, I don't know, like Whole Foods prices.
Yeah, but there's a trade-off of not having it versus, So at some point there's a tipping point where you have to say, well, we have to pony up because the availability's not there, right?
Or segue into the next topic. Instead of ponying up, they could join the Teamsters Union, which is inviting you to drink beer out of resealable brown bottles instead of cans. In Quebec, the Teamsters Union, Local 199, it has had a campaign going on telling you to stop drinking cans. This is the same union that actually represents Crown Holdings in Toronto, and they also represent a bottle manufacturer in Montreal.
Go figure.
So they're telling you drink brown bottles because our union jobs are up at stake if you don't drink from brown bottles, but also drink from brown bottles because then Crown isn't making money while still making cans, even though our other union members are on strike.
These are Teamsters, right? Their fucking ad should be just like, hey, yo, don't be a faggot. Drink from fucking bottles, you queer.
What are they worried about? Is it an environmental thing? Is that really what they're worried about? Or are they just being sort of hipster liberals, or what is the deal over there?
No, it's just the union that's worried that people are going to lose their job because you're.
Oh, that's all. Oh, that's it.
They are claiming the environmental aspect. They're saying 98% of brown bottles are recollected and they can be reused 17 times before they're broken down. My question is, how many cans are actually collected anyway? I mean, I know the number for collections at the beer store and the sacks and stuff isn't as high, but for me myself, every one of my cans goes in my blue bin, so they're all going back into recycling streams, just not into the brewing stream. And then environmentally, is a few cans making it into the garbage instead of the recycling stream worse for the environment than the amount of fuel that's being saved moving the cans because they weigh a lot less?
I think the idea should probably be that the local towns and your cities should make it easy for you to recycle, where you don't have to keep separating what goes into what bin. You just put everything in a bin, and it eventually, because it's so easy, people are going to do it, and it's going to eventually go back to recycling, and they're going to be able to make that recycled aluminum back into the cans. It makes sense that way. If you make it easy for people to do something, they're probably going to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, the separation of recyclable stuff should be on the other end of the thing instead of the person throwing it away.
Yep. exactly. There should be somebody sorting it for you, and not you having to do it.
Because that way you generate more jobs. You get more fucking people sorting it.
I can tell you from working at a recycling facility, if a bag comes in saying there's any garbage in the bag at all, you can see garbage in the bag. They don't even sort it; they just throw it out.
Yeah. But I mean that needs to change. I mean, and,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and the idea that if you put all your recyclable stuff in one fucking bag or container and send it out, people are going to jive with that because there's like, oh, you know, because everyone's a lazy fuck, and oh, I don't want to fucking separate my shit. I just want people to take my garbage and take it the fuck away. So if I put all my recyclables in this one bag, they're actually going to take it away, and I won't have any problems. So, you know.
You know what? You know the one thing I don't do that they always freak out about? It's I don't rinse everything out. I just throw it in the bin. You know, you use a can of something, you use a jar of something. You're supposed to rinse it out, have it completely spotless before you put it back in the recycling. You guys have again. I worked at a fucking recycling depot. You have a fucking water jet, a fucking pressure washer that shoots into that thing. You can fucking wash it out for me.
You're a monster.
I am. You're right. At the bottom here, though, of this Teamsters union paperwork, they're asking the government to ban the sale of cans.
Good luck with that shit.
Yeah, they're saying just like in Europe
for just beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
They want beer cans to be banned, just like in some countries in Europe, and only resealable bottles being used.
Yeah, it'll go over well.
Are they going to switch to those aluminum pint cans that Coors Light or Miller Lite uses? Come on.
No, that's still technically a can.
Yeah, they can't get away. I don't know. I don't know.
People can ask for whatever they want. Yeah. You just, you know, it's just news. It's just to raise awareness. I mean, it's never going to happen. So you can't impose your. I mean, some people, you know, they just don't have enough money. First of all, you need to make that happen.
Anything on it. I mean, look at Albino Rhino Ale and Albino Rhino Lager. They had to change their name because of one lady.
That freak.
She was offended, sir. She was offended.
Yeah, and she didn't even have a fucking social justice Twitter campaign behind her or anything. It was like, wow.
What the government regulates and what a private label would be imposed upon, right?
Well, no, that was the government that forced them to change it. It was the Human Rights Tribunal that forced them to change their name.
Well, the Human Rights Tribunal is not the government. I mean, they're a branch of, but it's not like, you know, you're going to have Catherine Wynne sort of siding with the union because, first of all, she's liberal, and, you know, so good luck with that, generally. I mean, if it's an NDP leader, you might have a little persuasion at the top. But, I mean, can they stop, you know, the use of cans? They can't do that.
No, it's a pipe dream.
Mm-hmm. No pun intended, right, Lee?
Exactly.
Anyways, hey, Chad, I have a question for you. Is there going to be an end of the year, sort of year in review type of thing, like an episode that we can prepare for?
I'm thinking we're going to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Good, because I don't really want to make it a video for my fucking channel. So
yeah, I'm thinking if we get together on the 30th, we'll do it. And talk about our favorite beers of the year and our favorite breweries of the year. You know, we
can bring a top 10 list.
End of the year shit list. Like end of the year, what's your worst beer of the year? Or your worst breweries of the year?
You could do that too.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool. Hey, can we have our worst viewer, our worst sort of commentator?
You're just gonna. We know who you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Well, instant camera. Who else, man?
I thought you were gonna say Raining on Your Parade.
Oh, that guy too. Yeah. He's also a douche.
He's your favorite. Stop lying.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you guys remember about 2 or 3 months ago, we were talking about the caustic left in a draft line in the Czech Republic. It was on the Stranopraven. Well, a lawsuit is out there right now in New Jersey that the beer cleaner left in a line made an ex-cop severely sick, where he puked out blood instantly, and he burnt out the burnt out the inner layer of his stomach, and he's been going to the hospital for the last 2 years, getting physio and getting treatments for the stomach lining being gone. He can't eat anything. He can't. There's a lot of things that's fucked up from him.
Yeah,
So
that's
this wasn't just a little bit of caustic left in the fucking beer line. This was he drank like a glass of caustic.
Yeah, like he just straight up like drank bleach or some shit, like.
A whole glass?
Yeah, I read that.
Did you not
They
fucking
said,
smell it?
they said that it burned out 25% of his stomach lining.
Yeah, good question. Would you not smell that in the fucking beer you're drinking? Like even if it was out of the fucking
Maybe it
bottle?
was a really hoppy beer. It's just kind of masked.
No,
the
no,
aroma.
Is this a sour? Ooh, wow.
King of the woods, baby. King of the forest.
This is actually, I would say it's more like an Upland Sour Reserve. If anybody's had the displeasure of drinking some of that shit, oh my god.
Don't you have to
Smells like
do a
drinks.
fucking lottery to get any of those?
What?
Don't you have to do like a lottery to get some of their
I
sours
don't
or all
know.
of their sours?
I don't know, man. This shit just falls in my lap. I don't know.
He
Whatever.
basically ingested a lye-like substance, is what they say. So it's not even actual caustic he drank. It was something else. But yeah, and the doctor said he's never saw somebody survive this in the 30 years he's been treating it.
Wow. So he basically drank lye. What were they doing? Disposing of bodies in this brewery, or what's going on? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, like
It was a Dexter brewery.
it's just, and it's one of those things. Yeah, you should be able to smell that in your beer.
Yes.
You should be able to tell there's something wrong with your beer.
Staropramen. They don't make an IPA. There's no hops going on here.
Well, that was in the Czech Republic. That guy was probably so drunk he didn't know what was going on.
Oh,
Like, why are my
that's
teeth
racist.
falling out of my mouth?
That's racist. You're just characterizing all.
I am. You're right. I could be characterizing this guy too. He's from Jersey. I could say a lot of things right there, but I'm not. I'm not going to.
You should do it.
No.
Oh,
No, next
come on,
stop in
Anderson.
Jersey. I won't be allowed in the States again. I'll get
Oh, you need a passport first.
Yeah.
I do. You're right.
True. That's. Oh wow.
Oh boy.
Let the hate flow through you.
Now, beer. Now, how many of you drink at bars? I don't drink at bars. I hate beer.
Always.
Occasionally.
I bounced at too many bars where I sat down and I watched what people do and I go, I don't want to be that guy. So I drink at home. I don't drink at bars.
You keep it safe that way.
We have a bar here that is like more high class. It's not really like a dive bar at all. There's like 50 beers on tap. You can buy any beer from like also a liquor store. You can buy anything from there. Drink it. No one ever gets out of hand. No one ever really gets too drunk there. It's like a more mellow place.
So you can buy the beer from that liquor store and then bring it into their bar that they own.
Yeah, and then like order some
Good,
delicious
I like that.
food. And have, just stuff like, okay, I want a labyrinth today, or I want this, parabola Firestone Walker Reserve with my hamburger today.
Yeah, I think the beer the bars that Chad's referring to are more like regular bars, but most craft beer bars nowadays are fucking awesome. They're not like your regular shithole where people get drunk and fight and things get out of control. You go in there, you have a couple drinks, they have awesome food.
This is segueing into your regular shit show bar. So there's this couple sitting at a bar in Winnipeg, and the couple's having a good time, and they're drinking their beer, and a guy comes up and he starts talking to the guy's girlfriend. The boyfriend gets angry with the attention that is being paid to his girlfriend. And instead of saying it, and what does he do? He picks up his beer glass and smashes it into the left side of this other gentleman's head.
Hooray!
Popping his eye.
Oh!
Blinding him in his left eye, possibly blinding him in his right eye. They say they have to wait about 2 years before this happens. He flees the scene. He gets arrested later on. He has pled not guilty to this entire thing, though he has said that exactly what's written down for how this happened is true. So I don't know how you're not guilty if...
Not guilty of the charge they laid on him.
They're not guilty of aggravated assault, but he is saying, yes, I did smash a glass into the side of his face.
Just doesn't think it's aggravated assault, it's just basic assault.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Standard.
here is a rule for any of you out there. Throw rules. Number 1, do not hit on another man's woman. Number 1. Number 2, if somebody's hitting on your woman, don't be a fucking schmuck and pick up a beer glass and smash it in his face.
Yeah,
Okay.
but wait till he leaves the fucking bar and then just beat the fuck out of him out in the alleyway.
Yeah. Listen, if anybody hits on, first of all, if anybody hits on you, if anybody hits on your woman, that's a compliment, isn't it? Isn't that a compliment to you? It's like, hey, man, someone else
but
That's what pussies say.
It is, but still beat his ass because you'll feel twice as good afterwards.
Yeah, you just make him disappear like Dexter. You get a little room filled with a little chloroform. You know, it was a compliment. Now he's dead. You don't have to worry about him anymore.
Invest in
here's
plastic
the
bag.
question I have though: was the beer glass full when he did it?
I don't know.
And what kind of beer was in it?
Yeah.
Well, it was a bar in Winnipeg, so I'm going to go with old style Pilsner.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's not a waste at all.
Is it half pints? Aren't they from?
They're from Winnipeg, but they're not. Yeah, it was. I'm going to go with old style Pilsner.
So these are some fuckwits from that Foo Bar movie, basically.
Yeah.
If it was like a Bourbon County or something, that would be a crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my question: what happens if like your buddy's girlfriend hits on you? What could you do? I mean, anybody? Thoughts?
You just talk.
I mean, Greg, what do you think if somebody's
roofie
girlfriend
her,
hits on
toss her
you?
in the back of the car and take her to the alley.
Take her to the alley.
All right, buddy.
And
Greg,
run a train through her? Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's my dad says.
First you call up Joe's dad, and then you run a train through her.
Now you use the power of positive thinking and hope for a swift, cancerous death of her boyfriend. That's what you do.
All right, Greg, you heard it here first. In fact, you suggested it. All right, just want to say that.
Power of positive thinking. I hope my friend dies of either cancer quickly or a heart attack or stroke, preferably. There you go.
Spontaneous combustion.
Exactly. That could work as well. Guy comes up with a great idea there. Thank you, Guy.
Generally, all you have to do is send a dick pic, and then she's yours.
Right, Anderson.
That works on all the ladies.
No, if they saw my dick pic, they wouldn't want me.
Send a dick
It could be like an albino mole rat or some shit.
Oh God!
It's like, what am I looking at here? National Geographic? That's not sexy.
What species is that exactly?
What the fuck? You know what you can do, Lee? Can you guess what you can do?
It has claws and it can't see. What's going on?
Is that one of those shrews? I don't know what the hell that is.
I'm gonna drink a Sleeman Silver Creek Lager next.
Why?
You've just admitted defeat at that point.
Yeah.
And it's brand new to the LCBO. It's been on the shelf for a week, and it's already skunked.
Ew.
That's what she said.
No, it's not skunked. It's just aged for you.
What do they do at the LCBO? I mean, clear bottles, okay, whatever. But did they just directly put heat lamps on these fucking bottles or something?
Only for chat.
Yeah, they run it through Ricky's trailer with all the UV and whatnot.
It's probably been sitting in a non-refrigerated warehouse since sometime in the summer.
Probably.
No, the packaging date on this is like 3 weeks ago.
That's just a fucking code, man. They understand the reality. You don't think brewers actually sort of project dates so they think that I mean, come on, it's just a date that you can just adjust manually on anything.
Here's the cold, harsh, cynical reality from someone
Budweiser's coming out with a new craft beer wing called Best Damn. So Budweiser has the Best Damn brewing wing, and Best Damn is putting out the Best Damn root beer.
I saw it this past week.
Somebody said that was awful beer.
I saw it. It was like one of the new releases that showed up, and I just looked on it. It said St. Louis, Missouri, and I said, I know who this is, and I put it right down.
I can even see you saying it just like that. I know who this is.
I said exactly like that. Yeah, it's you know what's funny?
I don't like the curse words. I don't like the curse words. Damn's a curse word. Fuck that.
Oh, fuck you. I think
damn is what beavers make. Okay.
The funny thing is not your father's root beer with that whole hype.
Yep.
It's done. It's been done for months now.
Well, now it's under the hard ginger ale all of a sudden.
Yeah, now it's fucking Saranac of all places, and I bought one of each because I'm curious. But they do their own soda or pop or soda pop, depending on where you live. They do a orange cream, they do a root beer, and they actually do black cherry, and they just made all hard versions of them recently and sold them. So like the whole hard soda pop stuff is just out of control, but people are so behind the times now. It was cool 6 months ago. Now that shit just sits on the shelf. Used to not be able to keep Not Your Father's root beer in stock. Now it's just fucking pallets of it all over the place. So I don't see what Budweiser's doing now.
I would still love to try it, but what I really wish would happen is I wish Nickelbrook would make their root beer into a hard root beer.
Well, that's a fucking real root beer, though. That's a sad reality is, like, Not Your Father's root beer and the Coney Island and all these fucking root beers coming out, they basically are like, well, you know, what's the equivalent to Mug with 6% ABV? What's the equivalent to Barks? The generic, what you can buy at the grocery store shit. Not real root beer, not real ginger beer. It's just your fucking run-of-the-mill pop. That's what it is.
Beverage. It's nothing more than a Mike's Hard Lemonade if they made a root beer.
Yeah, and if you like root beer, if like you're just a fan of just regular old commercial root beer, that's why people go nuts about it, or did go nuts about it, because it's like, holy shit, this tastes like I'm drinking a fucking A&W root beer, but it has 6%, and after 3 of them you're fucked up, whatever. You know, it's one of those things where it was big and now it's not, but like fucking Budweiser, they're so behind the times like they are with everything else. It's like, oh man, the root beer's so cool. It's not anymore. So what the fuck are you doing?
Hey, Joe, you shut the fuck up for a second. Fucking Budweiser, fucking lime, fucking Arita is a fucking innovation in the brewing industry that's not been seen in the last 20 years.
You can attest that. You've had like 7 different varieties of it, so
not only does it say so in the bottle, it said so in the press release. It's an innovation that has not been seen in the last 20 years of craft brewing. So you just shut your dirty little pie hole there. You shut your face.
Listen here, Leaf Lad. All I know is, baby, they're all really good, baby. They're all really good. There's no doubt, baby. They're all really good.
Woo! Now, listen, you tell me something, Joe. Are you a messenger boy or are you a assassin? Come on now, baby. You
messenger boy the shit out of this, baby. I don't know what you're talking about.
You listen here, you think you're the devil yourself there, Kevin Sullivan? What's going on?
Wow. No comment. Anderson, you're dying over there.
Dr. Roll doesn't understand what's happening right now. What is the next topic, baby?
White Horse's Winterlong Brewing beer, now available by the bottle. So this is a nano brewery in Whitehorse that opened up. They're a 1 keg system, just like the Cayman Kettle. They admit that at one point they sold their beer so fast in growlers that they had to close for 3 weeks to get beer back up again. Now they are selling it by the bottle instead of by the growler, so it's a smaller amount, so they think that they'll last a little longer. There's still just a 1-barrel system. Sorry, not even a 1-barrel. It's a half-barrel system because it's a 1 keg system. I actually think that this story, along with the story of 5 Paddles, along with the story of Brimstone, along with the story of the Cayman Kettle, all these breweries that open up as a nano and then have to expand because they sell too fast show that you shouldn't open up as a nano. Save your money a little bit. Get a 5-barrel system. Get a 7-barrel system. Because what these guys are doing is they are brewing around the clock because you can only make 1 keg of beer at a time. You're brewing around the clock. Now you have to pay somebody to brew around the clock. You're paying an exorbitant amount of money because you're buying your ingredients at a smaller amount, and you have to make your profit on a much smaller amount. So with growlers, they're having to make their profit on 26 growlers. It's very hard to make a profit after paying somebody and then paying your ingredients and paying your electrical bill and paying everything else to make a profit on 26 growlers. Oh, get a 7-barrel system. It's not much more money than opening up a nano brewery. It's more money, but it's not, in the long run, that much more money. Now you have 14 kegs of that beer to sell. You might make some money then. And
it's a cool story, bro.
it's kind of a happy problem to find yourself in, though, like where you become popular and all of a sudden you got to start making more beer. But at the same time, it is true. Like it is that sort of thankless work in a way where you're slaving away around the clock, and
Well,
you probably have and if you're a nano brewer, you probably already have another job to support yourself. So I mean, there are examples like here in Nova Scotia, fucking Bridge Brewing, which became North Brewing or whatever. They were doing the same thing. Like they started a nano brewery and they were selling out all the time. Like they had to keep making stuff around the clock for weeks on end just to keep up with the demand.
Breweries
Right?
would still be popular even if they had a bigger system. They just wouldn't turn people away after one day of sales each time.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I think a lot of people come into this trying to, they're sort of tippy-toeing around because they don't want to throw too much money in to start because they're afraid they're going to fucking tank and they're going to be out tons of money. They have to test the market first.
Yeah.
And,
Exactly. Basically, it's a homebrew system, and it's a homebrew sort of philosophy where, hey, I'm going to make my batch.
Well, you take.
And I'm going to get enough we call it licensing or whatever to sell it. It sells out. I'm like, holy shit, wow, But yeah, it's very experimental, and like Lee said, testing the waters. And
you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. Because if you go full on in with tons of money and you establish yourself and you make shitty beer, no one buys it, you're fucked. At least
a lot of these. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, at least this way, you can actually build yourself up. Like you can get a gauge for what the market is, and see where you are in the market, and actually build from that.
Well, the Cayman Kettle, the Brimstone, the 5 Pals, they're all here in Ontario, where they had to put hundreds of thousands of dollars into the building to open up anyway. What's the extra $15,000 for an actual real brew system when you've already had to put $100,000 into updating your sewer system to be the same sewer system that Bud has? Updating your water intake to the same as what Molson has. Like, these guys already have to do all that anyway, so why open up a one-barrel system when you have to have a fucking drain pipe that this wide, Like,
well, when you put it that way, I mean, like, for the regulations that they're under, then yeah, that doesn't quite make sense.
I mean, Brimstone is selling their original brew house right now, their original brew system, their one-barrel system. They're selling the system and the fermenters for $6,000. They bought it for $12,000, and this is a one-barrel system, remember. Yeah. They could have bought a 7-barrel system right off the bat for $25,000.
And also there's just a lot of people get into new businesses, whether it's brewing or whatever, and they'd have no business acumen. They just don't know what they're doing.
No, go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say, I mean, it happens, and there's plenty of fucking little small nano breweries outside of that system that don't have to capitulate to the regulations that you're talking about that these breweries had to do.
Yeah, like you guys in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick seem to have that pretty easy. You can nano brew in your basement.
Yeah, so I mean, it's different depending where you go. I mean, Ontario's not the end all be all, so.
It's funny to see the aspirations of different smaller breweries when they start out. I mean, you talk about Brimstone, starting out on a one-barrel system and whatever, but their whole goal was to get a fucking beer into the LCBO, basically. I mean, that's what.
And they started on a one-barrel system wanting to get into the LCBO.
Yeah, and I think that's honestly that is a fucking and I like Rod. I mean, I've met him a half dozen times now. Good dude, but I think that is fucking dumb. When you start a brewery, you need to either make awesome beer or make a wide variety of beer or make people want to come to your brewery or get your beer for some reason. It shouldn't be, I want to get into the LCBO. Focus on making good beer. There's a brewery here, and you've had stuff from them, Chad, Community Beer Works.
Yes.
They started in 2012. You know what they started out with? A couple beers. They are a nano brewery, and they fucking just worked for years. I'm talking 2 or 3 years just dialing in recipes, brewing them over and over and over. They had small clients and whatnot. Now they got to the point where I think in the next year they're opening up a second location so they can brew more beer, a lot of their regular stuff, but also be more experimental. It all depends, I guess, on your aspirations, and all brewers have different ones. It all, I guess, depends on what you're really looking to do with your brewery.
Well, I know the Cayman Kettle came into it thinking that they were just going to make beer for Font Hill, and because they're in a little hot spot now for craft brewing in the Golden Horseshoe, when he opened up, within 4 hours of opening his door, and it was a soft launch, he didn't even really tell people he opened his doors. He was sold out of everything.
Well, it sounds like he couldn't have fucking anticipated that or knew that.
And unless you're, I think, what was the brewery that fucking sold out of everything, and then instead of just making more and getting bigger fucking space and more equipment? Paddockwood. Okay, so that should be looked at as a good thing. If you're selling out of all your beer in one day, you know that people want it, so the demand's there. So you should feel good about that. It just means you're probably going to be successful as long as that continues. If you're making good beer, people will come back and buy it. If they don't, then they won't. Which is why I go back to if you're opening a brewery, a lot of people like to go with, we got to have 4, 5, 6, 7 beers on tap. That's fine. Variety is the spice of life. We all here like drinking different beers, right? That's part of our gig. And everyone except me, I guess. But it's one of those things, though. If you can drink 1 or 2 good beers, I shouldn't say 1 or 2 good beers, 1 or 2 amazing beers, I'd rather have that than 6 of them where 2 are average, 2 are good, and 2 are shitty. So a lot of these places need to focus on brewing just good beer right off the bat.
In that analogy, Black Swan, everything I've had from them has been fucking superb. Allura started with 6 beers. There was 1 that was amazing, and the other ones, who cares?
Yeah, it's like one of those things. If Black Swan's coming back to your fest in May, if they just bring their fucking IPA, the Berliner Weiss, and like their porter, I would be slightly disappointed because I didn't get to try anything new from them, but I would sample each and every single one of those again because they're fucking amazing.
Multiple times.
You know, the festival lineup's actually starting to turn out pretty nicely. We're at 19 breweries. I'm hoping to get 6 more, but there's a good mix of new breweries, returning breweries, and
then Trafalgar.
Old favorites.
There's several good breweries at Trafalgar going.
Well, here's the question with Trafalgar. This is the first festival they're going to be doing in 10 years. Are they going to bring more special black label stuff?
Because you can't get it. Why would they bring stuff that people can't get? Because they'll be like, well, this is great.
Trafalgar, that's what they do.
Well,
here's what you got to do. You got to get like a mixed martial arts license from Ontario. And then you have to have like a fucking straight up fucking throw down fight with Michael Arnold. Set up a fucking octagon. You and Michael Arnold fight
Can
it
we
out.
bet on it?
That'll sell a lot of fucking tickets to that festival, man.
You know, something that we thought about doing and letting bets happen was I work with a guy named Chris. Chris has 1 arm. I'm blind. He has 1 arm. One of our servers was talking about this toy she had for her kids like 20 years ago that had all these butterflies that flew in the air and you have to catch them in a net and this and that. And I'm like, okay, here's what's going to happen. This is what's going down. You're going to bring that toy to my house. Me and Chris are going to compete on it, and you guys can bet on it. Who's going to win? The blind guy or the 1-armed man?
This just sounds like a human rights crisis waiting to happen.
I know, but that's awesome.
I think what you need to do is get every brewery coming to brew their interpretation of an alt beer, and then we could do a sweet blind taste testing of it.
Oh, fuck. Joe will just be in fucking ecstasy. He'll be like that fucking Marzen taste test.
This would be...
What would this be, exactly?
It'd be like that Marzen taste test you did with Paul.
Oh, God, yeah, where everything's like a fucking 2.5 to 3 out of 5, and you're just like, yes, it's a beer I could drink it next. Yes, it's a beer I could drink it next. Yes, this is slightly better than the last one, but I don't want to drink it. And then Sam Adams wins, and we're all like, well, we're all dumb anyway. I guess Chad froze.
Sam Adams wins. You're like, oh, yeah, I guess nothing was really good tonight, was it?
Hey, I mean, I'll give him credit. I mean, it was 3 of us. We all thought it was the best. Hey, their Oktoberfest is not bad at all.
There's worse beers on the market than a Sam Adams Oktoberfest for damn sure.
Oh, yeah. And there were worse German beers based on our blind taste testing. So, I don't know. It's one of those things where, yeah, I mean, you know, it's personal preference, obviously, blah, 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 all that stuff. But, you know, for us, there was 3 of us. We did, what was it, 4 Germans again, or Yeah, 4 Germans against 4 American Oktoberfest, and
Mhm.
if Sam Adams is going to win, Sam Adams is going to win. Whatever. When you do it blind, there's you're not no bias whatsoever, or at least you try to think there is. And if anything, there was more towards the German breweries. We wanted hey, I want them to win because they're authentic, but
that's a style to me that's kind of hard to bring it into America and to try to innovate it or make it really new or fresh or exciting or different, because that's not what people expect when they get a Oktoberfest beer. They don't want a difference in tasting of that beer. They want something that tastes authentically correct to that style. Now IPAs and barley wines and imperial stouts have at it, but your seasonal beers, don't touch them, most people would say.
yeah, I think the unfortunate thing nowadays, and I'm talking 2015 heading into 2016, where craft beer is, I don't think unless you really grew up drinking the German style, or was one of the first styles you got into originally. If you go to a lot of people nowadays and they were just getting into craft beer, and you say, here's a fucking German Pils, here's a German Marzen, here's all these styles that follow the purity law, and then you fucking take American style beers, they're going to take the American style beers every day because they're more flavorful. People don't understand that those German styles aren't made to be fucking super flavorful. They're supposed to be made to drink a lot of them, and they have nice flavors, but they're not overly complex. And people nowadays are just looking for complexity and what's the next best thing. So people who've been drinking them for years and years, we can appreciate them. Even if they're not your favorite style, you still appreciate them and understand where they are. So I think that's where the whole German purity law is kind of. They didn't get rid of it, but aren't they starting to do different stuff? And like Stone's there right now, and they're opening up their new brewery in Germany. I mean, they're clearly not going to follow any kind of purity law.
I was under the understanding that the law doesn't really mean shit
anymore
at this point.
Yeah,
they revised it so many times, and it's more a marketing thing at this point than anything. It's like if you put that on your can of beer, there's a chance people will buy it more in like Germany because this follows the Reinheitsgebot whatever bullshit.
Yeah. I wonder if Stone decided to go there because of that reason. I'm sure there's a lot of local breweries probably doing crazy different varieties and styles and stuff that you see in the States. But I wonder if they were like, hey, we're a fucking huge brewery across the world. Let's get in there and show them a bunch of different crazy styles.
The only information that I'm able to locate, and this is Wikipedia, so say what you want, is apparently in 2005 they came up with some kind of a court ruling in Germany that said you can sell beers and you can have different kind of beers that utilize different ingredients, but you can't put it on the label as it being called a beer. So you might be able to put it as a malternative or as a malt liquor, but you can't call it an actual beer.
Malternative.
Something like that, like a
Elko Pop is our
yes.
Our buddy Chads with 75 Z's would say Elko Pop, guys. What the fuck's an Elko Pop? Oh, don't you know what an Elko Pop is? No, because it's stupid and so are you. Okay, I'm good.
It's a Smirnoff Ice or a Mike's Hard Lemonade, those kind of things.
No. Yeah.
Something,
yeah, I know.
Alternative, I mean, whatever they can use to not call it beer and have Stone, brew it and sell it. Sure.
Or like people like to lump it under the whole wine coolers, or it's all the same basically, right? I mean, it's
Alco Pop, I like that.
Fucking Elko Pop, unbelievable.
A whole month of Alco Pop.
So, hi.
Hello, sir.
Welcome back to the
What I love is that my internet connection goes completely dead because my daughter unplugs it on me upstairs, and somehow I'm still live. Even though the broadcasting side of the internet was completely gone, the chat is still live.
I think it's just live to your channel. I mean, like when Matt does his show, he'll sometimes just straight up leave, and we'll be on his channel talking for like another hour live. So I think it might be a thing where it's set up to your channel. It doesn't matter if you, the creator, actually is there or not.
Well, see, that's not right, because if you guys do something fucked up, like you murder a hooker on camera, I'm the one in trouble.
Or we just have a in-depth discussion about alt beers.
Yes, and I came back into Alky Pop and a few other things.
Alky Pop, yep.
Alky Pops.
Now,
hookers is discouraged.
So no. I posted a article today that actually had Matt talking to me, and it was why this beer from Sam Adams cost $200, and it was about Utopia.
It's 300 now in the United States.
Is it?
Yep. Yeah, it's gone up about $100.
Why?
Awesome to know. But anyway, my rant was that the reason it's $200 isn't the reason in this article. It's all about greed. If it can be sold for 100, then 115, then 150, and then 115 again in Canada, and it can be sold every one of those years for 200 plus in the U.S., while it's not paying the taxes or the LCBO markup or anything else, it's all about greed. And he came back with, well, you can't really compare that since you can't get it in Canada. Well, that's not true in a sense. Yes, 2014 we didn't bring it to the LCBO. However, if you ordered a case from Sam Adams through the LCBO, you could have gotten it. You just had to order it by the case. It was supposed to come back in 2015. They weren't able to get the order in time. It will be sold in Ontario in February. They do have the order coming in February.
And what is it going to be price-wise?
They haven't announced yet. But
what's the MSRP in the States? What is the actual cost at Sam Adams?
$299, wasn't it?
No. I think Sam Adams. I don't recall Sam Adams ever asking in the States for anything over 200. Like what they charge the distributors to get it out. I think it's under 200. So when we're seeing them for 300 places, price gouging.
Yeah.
It's. You guys get the LCBO. They're not going to. They're probably selling it for whatever is above cost to make some money, but not fucking $100 above cost.
See, there was a lot of talk on bar towel. I ended up reading bar towel for the first time ever because they were all talking about how you're probably never going to see sub 200 prices again because the Canadian dollar is weak.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. The Canadian dollar is weak. However, when we were buying it for $115 a bottle, the Canadian dollar was weak. We were actually paying the most for it when the Canadian dollar was strong, which was when we were paying $150.
I don't. It should still be under 200 up in Canada.
Yeah,
but maybe just because shit's out of hand, they might not.
The closest thing to me in Massachusetts is $199 in Connecticut, and I'm also noticing that if you go to the United Kingdom, it's about $600 to $623 for a singular bottle of it.
Now you can buy a 2011 vintage bought from the LCBO and a 2013 vintage bought from the LCBO on Kijiji for $250 and $360 respectively. I don't know who these people are because
go fuck yourself.
Well, go fuck yourself, one, but two, that's illegal in Canada to do, and
it's
the fact that it's illegal to do, but people do it. That's fine and dandy, but you're doing it on Kijiji. Okay, it's not like the feds can't find that easily enough.
I was going to say it's also illegal to do it on eBay, but every now and then you'll see not even just an empty bottle, but you'll find a full unopened bottle on eBay every now and then.
Yeah, well, in the U.S., you guys can say they're collector's bottles.
I mean, I know a guy named Greg. It's not me, I swear. That may or may not have sold a bunch of scotch on Kijiji or Craigslist and never had any issues. Again, it's not me, I swear.
Fucking Greg. I'm seeing the suggested retail price. It's $1.99 per bottle in the States. But, of course, it says prices may vary by region. Oh, you don't say. You don't say you're going to walk into a place where the bottle's like $3.50. That's not going to happen? Oh, it is? It's ridiculous. No, 200's still a lot of coin, though.
And again, defending you can't compare it because you can't get it there. It's non-existent in Canada. Again, the way the LCBO works is their buying power and their buying network. If a booze is sold in the world and you're willing to buy the amount that they want you to have to ship in, you can get anything. You have to pay.
They're still the biggest fucking.
Yeah, they're the biggest single booze buying entity in the world.
Yeah.
You can get anything, but you will have to pay the shipping. You'll have to, if it has never been in the province before, you have to pay the lab tests. You have to pay the taxes. You have to pay their markup, and you have to pay the brewery's MSRP. So you have a huge amount of money to pay up front, especially if it's something that hasn't been in the country before. Hell, am I still live? Sorry, the sound just changed. Okay, the sound went the same way it went the last two times I dropped, so I was curious. Yeah, one of the guys that started beer reviewing back when I started has ordered case after case after case after case after case of Westy 12. Like, he buys 3 cases of Westy 12 every year.
No.
You can't get that in the LCBO.
No.
It's non-existent in the LCBO unless you order it through their ordering system.
Yeah.
What does that cost them? Like $400 a case?
The first one it was because he was the first guy to bring it into the country, and now it's something like $250 a case.
Holy hell.
Fuck off.
Exactly.
You know what, though? I mean, if you split it with a few people, you know, you got like 4 each or something, it's not that bad.
It's still really bad. Sorry, it really is.
Go buy the St. Bernardus F12 and have a better time buying it legally. If you ask me.
Hey, if someone has that kind of money or whatever, more power to them. Buy it all up. Have fun.
I mean, you can. I mean, there are. I mean, I'm sure some of us have you know, just been curious and searched for it on the internet. But you can find all these places online that are going to ship it directly to you from Belgium, from the brewery. And if they catch it in transit, either they'll try to ship it to you again, or they'll try to refund you a certain percentage of what you try to spend to get it.
Here's the thing: when you see like, and not just talking Beer Advocate and Rate Beer and shit like that, the general consensus that you see, and that I've personally seen, overwhelmingly says that fucking St. Bernardus is as good or better than Westy 12. You're throwing your fucking money away.
Or even if people that, even if the general consensus was the Westy 12 is the best, right? Let's say that was the general consensus. Is it so much better that you're going to pay literally 3 to 4 times as much per bottle and have to put in the time and effort to secure said bottles, whether it's through trade, whether it's through, Eric mentioned, you know, buying it from like Belgium in a box or wherever, and possibly having customs confiscate it or things of that nature? Probably not. It's probably not worth that effort.
Now that I've had Westy 12 and I've had St. Bernardus App 12 and I've had a Rochefort 10, if I had a choice and it was given to me, and they're like, you can buy Westy 12 for the $17 a bottle it was when it was sold here, or you can take 5 Rochefort 10s, which are the exact same bottle size. I'm going the 5 Rochefort 10s.
Yep.
Well, ask Ewart. Are you here, Ewart? Or are you just not here? Are you hiding? Because I think Ewart did a blind taste testing between all 3 of them. I'm pretty sure he did. And I don't think Westy 12 won for him. So it's one of those things where, yes, to each their own, you know, subjectivity, blah, 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 everything you got to mention all the time because people flip out. But the simple fact is, I would say, like Lee said, general consensus, it's probably not worth the extra time and money and effort.
No, I'm going to agree with that. I mean, I had Westy 12 once, and I actually absolutely loved it, and it's one of those beers that I'm glad that I got a chance to try. I do think overall that I do like it better than Rochefort 10 and St. Bernardus 12. But is it worth the extra money to pay for a beer that's marginally better than like St. Bernardus 12? Probably not. I would turn to a St. Bernardus 12 first to buy on a regular basis.
And see, I think my thing is that I can get Rochefort 10 easily for a good price. You know, like, it's easy and it's a fair price. I don't care.
I mean, like right now, you guys in Southern Ontario, you guys can go to bars and fucking Westy 12, especially around the GTA. Now, it might be some ridiculous price, like $25-$30 a fucking bottle to have it.
Around here, it's $45 a bottle.
Okay.
Holy shit.
That's a little bit ridiculous. So that's like $4 American. I'd pay that. No, it's one of those things where you could actually try it if you really wanted to, but I don't think most people are going to look at a fucking $45 bottle of beer in a bar that even if it's Westy 12
at a $3.30.
Yeah, they're not going.
I'm not buying a $3.30 for $45 ever.
Now, if you're one of them, I could see someone doing it if they've never had it before and they don't care effort. Like they don't, like they just like. I mean, if I've never had it before and I saw it, and it was $45, I'd probably think about it and then probably not buy it. But if I've never had it before and there was no other way for me to get it, I would consider it.
See,
just once though to try it. That would be the thing.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that living in Ontario and understanding the LCBO the way I do, if I went into a bar and I really wanted to try it and I saw it for $45, I would look into how much it would cost me to get it into the country myself through the LCBO and find 3 friends. $60 each. We each get 4 bottles instead of $45 for 1 bottle. I would do that more so.
Well, at least here at Brothers Beer Bistro, if you buy that beer and you're 3 people, they'll divide your bill in 3 if you split it that way.
What's the price up there? What's the price up there?
I think it's $30 for Westy 12.
Yeah,
To try once, that'd probably be the max I'd ever spend.
But at three people, it's not too bad.
I would pay 15 to 20 to try it once, just because I'd like to try it, just to say I've done it. But yeah,
Well, there you go. You're willing to pay $15 to $20 to try it. Find 20 friends that are willing to pay that as well, and you can all have your own
I
bottle.
don't have.
Well,
Try what?
Yeah, that's the thing. Speaking as a recluse who doesn't have 20 friends, that's not going to happen. So
I'm just saying that
Try
the
what?
way we're talking Westy 12 still.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
you had all three, right? You did a blind taste testing between all three.
Yeah, I did.
And we were just talking about like price and is it worth it? And I think the general consensus is not worth it to get to the time, effort, and money for that beer over getting the readily available St. Bernard's F12 and the Rochefort 10.
Never. Yeah, the Abbott 12 and the Rochefort 10.
Mhm.
I'd have to look back, but I mean, we're all very, very close, and it comes out of personal preference. I love Rochefort 10. Abbott 12 is awesome. Westy is by no means worth 3 times more than any of those beers. Not even close.
That's pretty much what we were getting at. And
Yeah.
you know, Greg was talking about some bars by him, $45 a bottle. You know,
That's
you said $30. I said to try it once if you've never had it and you don't want to put any time or effort to get it. Totally. I mean, I could see people doing it. I would even consider it around 30.
And
But
those are still probably original bottles. I think it was in the States at one point. They had something that happened with that brewery in Belgium, and they were able to bring it to the States for like a little bit of time. I think it was in
The
2012.
bricks.
Those are still probably the same bottles.
the bricks, you got six bottles and 2 glasses, and it was $90.
that was their what? That was their like sort of drive to earn money to.
Well, yeah,
rebuild
and like
or
I
some
said,
shit.
if you really wanted to try it and you could get enough beer geeks together, and I'm sure you could on Bar Towel and all that, it's $300 a case, about like $280-ish, and then you can get it shipped in here. And you're going to get the actual original bottles from the brewery, the ones that actually have absolutely nothing on them. They're just black bottles.
Yeah, I mean, there are people that never mind. I'm not going to. Whatever.
I'll just say that I paid $30 at a bar in Toronto, Bellwoods. So I mean, if it's more than that, that's obscene.
And that's like it's 22 $22 or so American. I'd definitely do that. Try it.
But at the same time, I think I don't know if it was the same weekend, but around the same time, I also paid about $31 for a 750 of Lou Pepe Framboise, also at a bar in Toronto. So.
Yeah, that's also not probably ever happening.
That's kind of the running theme.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Stewart is all he comes off all sensible, but he is totally extravagant, and he just throws his money away. His pinky finger is throwing his dollar bills on the table,
Joe D,
baby.
baby. Yo, D, pinky out, baby. What are you doing over there? Come on, Teku Murray, you old ass bastard.
Pinky out for the blueberry Berliner Weiss.
Who's that
Teku Murray is a hard Southern heel, baby. He is just sitting there throwing his money away. He is Pussy Pringle the Fourth, baby, running around.
Did you just call him Pussy Pringle the Fourth?
I call him Pussy Pringle the Fourth, baby.
Don't you understand the lisp? You gotta understand the lisp, baby. He said pussy. Now, I guess they kind of
baby.
like
Pussy.
right?
Not pussy, baby.
I thought you don't like blueberries. You were what happened?
I don't normally, but I read good things about this beer, so checked it out, and it is awesome.
Where's
So-
White Birch from?
They're in New Hampshire
Massachusetts
somewhere.
or New Hampshire? Yeah.
Here we go with the hype New England BS.
New
Right,
Hampshire.
Eric, son of a bitch.
Hooks at New
The good thing
Hampshire.
about White Birch is they don't make a bunch of beers, but if you're in New England anywhere, or I don't know how far south out of New England, you can actually get their beers.
You could get them? Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to drive to the brewery where they're open for 2 hours and wait in line for 7 in the morning?
It is not no Alchemist. It is not no White Tree, Birch beer, whatever it's called.
Treehouse and Trillium.
Yeah, Treehouse. That's it. Trillium.
White, what'd you say? White tree? Or tree?
White Tree, bitch.
Tree
Birch Ale.
birch?
Yeah,
I like
Tree
it.
Birch bitch Ale. Whatever it's called. I'm not waiting in line for a 12-ounce bottle of beer. I'm gonna have once in my life. Sorry.
And there's a lot of people that will, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for them, I guess. They have a good time.
Yeah.
More power to them. Like I said, it's to each their own, man. Everybody has different
I've
limits
never
and
seen-
breaking.
I've never seen a blueberry beer this light before, either.
You're drinking in a Z-Stem. You need to leave right now. Like, just get out. Get out.
You and your fucking Z-Stems.
I can't believe you said fucking Ed one. That is so fucking awesome and terrible.
Ed loves his Z-Stem, just so you know.
Goddamn fucking Z-Stem.
I gotta
You
get
gotta
one of those. I don't have one.
You still got to send one to Lee just because
No,
I think it might be awesome.
You shut your damn dirty fucking Yankee mouth, baby. You shut the fucking mouth. No goddamn no Z-Stem is gonna go near Dustin Rose here, baby.
Send him a Bourbon County. Make sure he drinks it in the Z-Stem.
I'm curious if Ed, I'm curious how the 5 paddle system works, because there's 5 of them. They're all part owners, because I sent them an email about the beer festival, and I got a response from the one guy I haven't met, Spencer. He's like, "Oh, we always have fun every year, but this year we can't go." But Ian and Ed keep asking me about it, going, "Hey, when are we getting our email about going and all that?" And I'm like, "Don't you know that I've already been told you're not coming?"
Uh-oh. Dissension in the ranks, baby.
Forget it.
And what did they say to that?
They haven't said anything yet, because I sent it right before I came down.
Uh-oh.
Someone's getting a meeting.
I'd imagine they'll show up.
This is gonna be like when Ole Anderson was kicked out of the Horsemen, baby.
No. All right.
All right.
What is everybody drinking right now?
I need to go get another beer, actually.
Some New Belgium's blackberry barley wine ale.
How is that? That sounded interesting.
I'm just about to do a review on it right now, actually. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm just about to.
I cannot we do not get the New Belgium in New England yet, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, same here in New York.
They need to get on top of it. I heard New York just got, in some spots in New York, they just got Cigar City, I heard.
We get it occasionally. Like I said, I'm in Western New York, so closer to Buffalo. We get it. They'll randomly show up like a couple times a year, and then they'll be gone again, so it's not consistent.
Damn.
Yeah, but only like their IPA highlight and then their wit beer, and typically like whatever their seasonal is at that time.
Yep. I am still drinking the ending of this Samuel Adams Holiday Porter. It is 5.8%. It's actually pretty nice.
Is that in their holiday pack? I'm guessing.
Yes, it is.
That's just a random guess. I had
Joe D. Average Joe.
I haven't seen
gave
that.
me the idea to grab that.
Is that still the first beer?
Second beer.
Yeah, I gotta go get my second.
I'm 6 in there, buddy.
Whoa!
You are an alcoholic, also.
Drinking those alco pops.
Here's my second damn beer of the night.
Modit.
Modit. Oh, so I did pronounce that correctly.
No, shut up, Ethan. You just say nothing.
I'm not Canadian enough.
Listen, Ethan, Mr. fucking Flying Monkeys in Quebec, Barry, Quebec.
Bring it.
This beer is from Barry, Quebec.
I'm gonna let Barry.
Home of Ken Dummett.
I'm gonna look at that bottle because I swear it said it, but maybe you're probably right. You're probably right.
I want to get a.
Maybe we have a Barry in Ohio.
Their address is always the same. Their address in Barrie, Ontario, Canada, North America, planet Earth.
I'm making a live galaxy. I saw that shit. I'm making a public apology. I am sorry.
Peter tells me you're not allowed to buy his beer ever again.
Yeah, I don't care. Fuck you.
What are you apologizing for? Something stupid you said?
Yeah, he said that Flying Monkeys is from Barrie, Quebec.
Yeah, I thought it was from Michigan first.
Barrie, Quebec.
Might as well be. It's such a shithole.
Never seen a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Star Wars nerds. You're making me fucking sick.
Hey, when are you going to go watch your movie there, Nicholas?
It goes on Sunday. I've had my tickets bought for almost 2 months now.
2 months and you're going Sunday? I'm going tomorrow. What a bitch.
Boom!
You fucking nerds. You fucking nerds.
I'm not doing that. I love Star Wars, but I cannot spend that kind of money 2 months in advance. No.
That
Not
kind
even.
of
It was only like $12 for a ticket. I'm going Sunday to beat, so I don't have to deal with the crowds.
You're still gonna
Maybe
have
12
crowd.
bucks
You have to, like,
Canadian.
What?
You can still be dealing with the crowd, man. What are you talking about?
You know what? It's a really good thing. It's a really good thing, Nick, that you're a friend of mine because I know all the spoilers already. And if you weren't a friend of mine, I'd say them all right now and ruin it for you.
Then
Yeah,
I would come
hear
for you,
what
Lee. I
happens
would
to
come
Jar
for you.
Jar.
I'm going in on 22nd, so fuck you.
Don't you know Jar Jar's going to be the Grand Master Sith?
There's a theory about that, eh?
No, I actually legitimately know the spoilers. I actually went to look them up just so I could piss people off.
I'm coming for you in October, so be ready.
Awesome.
I need to find something to do with the first week of July.
Can you come to Ottawa?
Possibly, I won't have any children.
Hey guys,
that one Beyond? Hey, but I think Beyond is coming out that weekend, isn't it?
can I mention a beer-related thing, sort of?
Star Trek Beyond.
No,
Anybody?
we're too deep into fucking nerdy shit. Oh wait, there's nerdy.
Well, I guess it is kind of nerdy shit because I was camera nerding over at Shane's place, River Brewing, and I helped him do a promotional picture last night, and he posted it today promoting his new White Walker White Stout.
Yeah, look good. I
Yeah,
liked it.
and he just messaged me saying, people fucking love the photo, Nick. Give yourself a pat on the back for this one. I'm like, sweet.
Nick, it was average.
You're average.
Design fail.
You're average Joe.
I would know average.
So
Was
that's a
average.
compliment coming from you.
No, it
Yeah,
was, it
but
was a nice
I
pick. I liked
mean,
it.
you are average Joe. You can't see the fucking forest from the trees at this point.
That's cool. That's cool, Lee. But I'm slaying Blue Moon whales, yo. We got the
Yeah, well,
cappuccino
then-
oatmeal stout. I mean, Blue Moon cappuccino oatmeal stout.
I'm actually kind of jealous. I would have tried all of those that you've been drinking so far.
It is fantastically average.
Listen, average Joe, you is a blind, stupid fool right now, baby. You're the stupidest hell.
Hey, Blue Moon is in Ontario now. Why can't they send us their fucking mix pack? I'd jump on buying that.
I don't know. The cinnamon horchata was pretty decent. I thought I was good. Not gonna lie. It is Blue Moon, but
And how is the cappuccino stout?
actually, it's pretty decent as well. I can't complain. That's right. I don't mind Blue Moon though. I don't.
Average review.
Joe, was it better than Genesee's fucking stout? That weird.
That salted caramel fucking porter, so chocolate porter. No, that thing was fucking amazing compared to this shit.
That thing was stupid. That was
I
so
told
good.
you. Did I told you how fucking good that was? Like here's the thing. The nose on that beer it's like a fucking chocolate bar, candy bar. It was so fucking straight up dessert beer. But when you taste it, it actually had more drinkability too because it wasn't as crazy sweet. But for Genesee to make that product, I don't know what's happening.
Now listen, I think I know what Average Joe's favorite movie is of the year, baby. It is Terminator Genesee's. That's his favorite fucking movie that came out.
You got me, baby. I don't know.
It took me 3 times to make it through that movie. I fell asleep the first 2 times.
That's because you would not respect Genesee's, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You did not go into that movie thinking Arnold, I'm fighting myself, Arnold.
If I could tell a funny Arnold story right now, I was reminiscing this summer, and I decided to watch share with some old movies with my kids. Like we watched Back to the Future 2 and stuff. And we watched Twins. A movie I loved when I was younger. I watched Twins with my son because I thought, okay, it's age, maybe it's age appropriate somewhat. And he sat through it, he dug it. But we went to my first comic book convention in my life that we went to in Windsor here. And we're going by, and somebody's selling a bunch of posters, and he sees like a Predator poster. Hey, Dad, isn't that the guy from Twins? He said that out loud. I just lost it. It was hilarious because people around me were like, "What? He recognizes him from Twins of all fucking things."
That's fantastic.
It was awesome.
That was right. I did that movie with Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito, star of Sunshine in Philadelphia.
He was my fraternal twin.
Get all the
He was
crap.
the shit. I was the good twin. He was the shit.
I just
Get all
save
the
my penis in his
crap
full
that was
head.
left over.
That's right. He was the crap.
Yeah, DeVito's still awesome. I watch Sunny in Philadelphia like every day. I'm still catching up. I'm on season 8 right now. It's awesome.
That's right. DeVito is a midget. He is funny.
The best part of you was like, the best part of you dripped down your mama's ass and landed up as a brown stain on the mattress.
He has brown semen?
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
I assume we're all out of topics.
Leave it to Ryan.
Well, the only topic that was left was the fact that Holland has canceled the beer bikes, and who cares about that? I don't.
I thought you were going to say Holland has
What?
cancer.
Holland canceled what? Wait, hold on a second.
They canceled
Amsterdam
beer
is the
bikes.
greatest city in the world, so what?
They canceled beer bikes. Did you ever get a beer bike?
I've seen a million bikes in Amsterdam. I didn't know what a beer bike
A
was.
beer bike is a mobile bar, so all the tourists get on it and they bike around to see the. They bike. They're pedaling the bike and they drink the whole time they're pedaling and they see all the sights as they're pedaling.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea because it's too insane to have drunken idiots on bikes. I'm sure there are that, but have tourists on bikes and drunk is a bad idea.
Yeah.
In Holland.
Don't they have that in the
That's
States?
exactly what they said for why they canceled it.
Oh yeah.
Don't they have that in the States? I think I saw them there drinking Made Easy in one of the breweries in the States somewhere.
Yeah, no, they have that in the States for sure in a few cities like New Orleans and even Detroit actually has a beer bike where it's like a keg that rides around and fills
Yeah.
like
Hey,
a tap
who
on a bike with
distributes
you around.
Crown Royal? Does anybody know who distributes Crown Royal?
Oh, distributors? Where in what area?
In Ontario.
It just goes to the LCBO.
That's what I thought. I was arguing back and forth with somebody at work about whether or not it was Diageo.
Yeah, they're the ones
Oh yeah,
that
no,
own that
that's
brand.
not a
They
distributor.
own
That's
it.
the own. Yeah, they own it. It's not a distributor. That's their owner.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
It's kind of like Pernod owns Weisers. They're not a distributor. They're owner.
Because if they're a distributor, they'd be putting it everywhere. They'd be like, hey, Wiser's in fucking Thailand. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Like Suntory owns Canadian Club.
Exactly. So this guy, he probably read on the internet, oh, this company owns this fucking other company. Oh, they're obviously the distributor. No, they're just making money off this company, you bitch.
Yeah, we don't. In our country, we don't have the 3-tier system regulations like the U.S. does. So it can go straight to the wholesaler.
Yeah. So Rhino, next time you see
Or
this
wholesaler,
person, you just
retailer.
tell them what a fucking moron they are.
I think next time I go to the LCBO, I'm going to buy some Dickel Tennessee whiskey. Because
George
Stuff is
Dickel.
good. It's real good.
Yeah, it smelled awesome.
You get some Joel's Dickel up in you.
You know what? I got forced into the Ultra Lounge at
You
work.
just say you got foreskinned into the
Yes.
Ultra Lounge?
I have not worked in the Ultra Lounge in 6 years, and there was a sick call, and I was the guy they've realized after 6 years that still is actually able to work up there because I'm a dual. So they sent me up there. I'm like, motherfucker. So I spent the day sniffing booze that I've never had before. And, like, I went any booze that didn't have the Berg system on it because we used the Berg system. So, like, one of them was a $40 shots of Jack Daniel's Sinatra. So Jack Daniel's Sinatra is $40 a shot. So I sniff it, and I'm like, yeah, that smells just like Jack Daniel's.
How the fuck does Jack Daniels get a $40 shot?
Licensing Sinatra's name.
God
That's how it
damn,
happens.
that is so dumb. Like that
And
is
then-
fucking retarded.
Then I smelt the fucking Dickel, which costs as much as our house whiskey, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to buy this. This smells amazing.
So you
I've
think-
heard good things with that.
At the LCBO, it's only $29 a bottle, so I'm jumping on that if I see it.
So you're saying you put your nose right up to that Dickel?
Yeah, I
You
was
just
like,
put it right up. You just stuck that Dickel right up in your
that's
face
a
and
nice
took a big
Dickel.
sniff.
Yeah,
You just took
that's
a
a
big
nice
sniff. You
Dickel.
could almost taste that Dickel in your mouth.
I
when
could
you
almost
sniffed it.
taste that Dickel.
That's right. That's how that Dickel goes, baby.
In the foreskin lounge.
You let
Yes,
that.
the foreskin mound. You smell the Dickel. We all know what's going on now, baby.
Hey, Chad, have you ever had Eagle Rare?
No.
Well, that's at most LCBOs. recommend it.
Anderson, you know all about the Eagle Rare, don't you, Eric Anderson?
Yeah, I'm currently drinking Eagle Rare.
You and your belly are drinking Eagle Rare right now.
It must be good because he can barely fucking move. He's been laying on the whole thing going.
Hold on. Time out. I'll reach into my Eagle Rare and I'll see if that happens to me.
Well, you're old anyway. You can barely move. Let's go.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Jenny Ice is happening. Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, Jenny has an ice beer, too?
Yep, 5.5%. It's one of those tall boy cans, whatever you call them in Canada, 24 ounces.
Some fucking talls, yeah.
Definitely has the freezer burn smell, if you know what I mean.
Number 3.
Goddamn, 3 Bolshevik bastards tonight. How's the cold going?
Bastard.
I don't even feel it.
Oh, excuse
Awesome.
me.
That's the point.
Jenny Ice, to me, does kind of taste like a Molson Canadian, strangely enough. It has that same corny...
Talking about Molson Canadian,
smell.
look what I got here. Ooh.
Oh.
Can't see what you got.
Ooh, Molson Canadian 67 Session IPA.
Oh, Jesus.
Canadien 67.
What do we have on here? Calories. Oh, this is false advertisement. It's 90 calories. It's not 67.
Added calories from the hops.
Yeah, but I bet they say calories by milliliters like they did with the original 67.
No, it's per 473.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're doing it right. Actually, that might be the only reason it says 90. It might be the actual count.
So now it's gotten to the point where Molson 67 is a sub-brand like Bud Light.
Pretty much.
Carbohydrates 1 gram, proteins 1 gram, calcium 2%, and that's all it has to say.
That's right. This will build up your bones, Rhino. It will make your bones stronger, baby.
Bone is stronger.
So when we go offline, I'll hook up my when we go offline, I'll hook up my thing and I'll do a review of that.
That's right, and we will mock you as you review.
Hook up your thing.
My cell phone, bitch.
You're
Unnecessary. Totally unnecessary.
You're gonna hook up your Joe's dickle and smell that, baby.
I also picked this up. I picked this up today.
Oh, I look forward to hearing the reviews from a couple of those ones because I'm never buying that fucking pack for $16 or whatever the fuck it is, so I can get 2 new beers out of it. Fuck that bullshit.
That's what I was going to say about this this Blue Moon and even like the Shock Tops and the Sam Adams.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do samplers well. Like Blue Moon, they did a 12-pack, and it was you get 3 of the regular. I could do without that, but whatever. Most of the places are going to put their flagship in, so of course they're going to put the Belgian White. But then you get 3 of the cappuccino, you get 3 of the cinnamon horchata, and you get 3 of their gingerbread. I think that's the way most places need to do it. Like at least have 2 or 3 brand new beers that they release every year that aren't always in there.
Oh yeah, like in all honesty, Mill Street puts out 8 new beers a year in those packs, but then you also have to get the beers that they always make. And I would hope that maybe Anheuser-Busch, now that they own them, will tell them to make a better mix pack, but they won't care.
I just call them Miller Street, even though that's inaccurate.
So the two new beers that came in at the 2 seasonals is the Beetlejuice Belgian Triple.
Oh.
And the Black Watch Scotch Ale.
Yeah.
Racist. That actually is Scotch Ale, huh? What's the is it just a regular Scotch Ale or is it like a wee heavy? What's the ABV?
It's only 6, so it's just a regular Scotch Ale. Yeah, they actually just sent me another email asking to be in the festival in May, and I had to say no.
Fuck off.
Why not?
Who was it?
Totally want to drink all the Tank House.
Oh, fuck.
Well, they even said they're like, we'll bring one-off beers, and I'm like, it doesn't matter, guys. You know that this is supposed to be all a craft festival, and that's it. I can't let you in anymore.
Yeah, if I let you in, I'm gonna let Cremo Springs in, baby, and Granville Island, and all those other breweries.
Well,
The only-
Island, baby.
technically, Granville Island is a craft brewery. They're just a shitty one.
I just
That's
want
a
some
bunch of bullshit. There's Molson.
Bullshit.
Steam Whistle Plus.
Steam Whistle Plus.
Oh, fuck off of there. Steam Whistle. Up to
Chad-
go under. Fuck
Chad,
it.
what if Goose Island approached you and said, "We will bring Bourbon County and all the variants"? What would happen?
To be like, you was craft as fuck. Get in this fest right now.
Truthfully, I would like to say I'd say no, but
You'd say
I
yes,
probably
baby.
wouldn't.
You would sell out in about 6 seconds, baby. Because
You would be the biggest fucking festival in fucking Ontario at that
Get a
point.
tattoo right here. It says "craft as fuck." I love it.
Right beside the porta potties.
I mean, that would be the titty festival because you'd be getting all the fangirls at that point.
and the fanboys.
Yeah. So
You're into
titties from both sexes because it'd be beer nerds and hot chicks.
And
It'd be that
trans.
well slayer from fucking Matt's video that doesn't know what a non-barrel aged stout is. He'd be that.
Uh-oh.
And
He's
it
one of those guys.
only took the conversation to turn to women to realize that Greg Vlog hasn't been here in a while.
He hasn't said anything anyway. He's just sort of silently fapping in the distance.
Probably fat.
Wait, what? Who is this whale hunter you're talking about in Matt's videos?
Matt did the video from the fest back in the spring, and he put it up, and it was this heavy guy, and he started talking to Matt, and Matt had a conversation. Matt was like, what's your favorite regular, like, just imperial stout, non-barrel aged, blah blah blah, and do you guys remember what he said in response? Like, what did he say? I don't remember exactly the beer. What beer was it?
You're muted.
You're muted. You're muted. What do you
I
mean you
know.
know? Okay, well, I don't know what beer it was, but it was like, he said something, and this isn't right, but something like, oh, it's Parabola. Matt looks at him like, no, I mean, non-barrel aged, and you could just see, like, the mind cramp happening. Like, his head just started, like, fucking getting smaller. Like, he couldn't process what was happening. Like, there's stouts that aren't barrel aged. Like, what is that? And Matt was just like, I don't know. I had to stop talking to him because that's the kind.
No, the big kicker was when Matt said, "Oh, some stouts are actually better if they're not barrel aged."
Oh.
The guy just like literally like his blood.
So this turned into like fucking Captain Kirk in the original series talking to a computer and giving them like a logical problem and then making them explode.
Yeah. It was hilarious to watch because the guy's like, yeah, I went to Dark Lord Day and I do this and I do that and it's like, why the fuck are you at this fest then? No offense to Chad, but like, if you're a fucking like whale slayer like that, like Chad's fest is like, here's fucking grassroots, here's local breweries, they're not bringing fucking all this crazy barrel aged and this and that, and he just looked totally out of place. But then when you talk to him, it was like, okay, you totally understand that this guy is like the new money lemmings, as you would say. The guy's in it just to get like the special beers nowadays. Pretty funny though. I like to go back and watch that video at least like once every couple months, just for that specific interview.
You send me the link because I never actually saw that video.
Yeah, I can post
I think it's because I'm subscribed to so many people I don't catch half the shit that's out there.
Nah, let's face it, it's because you don't really care, baby.
No, I actually do.
No, you hate everybody. You are so big on YouTube now, you just don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's so big. My 3,000 subscribers make me huge.
You see, you have more subscribers than I have, baby. Your ego has gotten the best of you, baby. You're just sitting there, floating around. I'm the albino rhino. I don't have to answer to nobody no more. That's how it is.
I had another person recognize me at work, and it was this guy that he was from Toronto. He's like, "You are the albino rhino. Can I take a picture with you?" And I'm like, "No." He goes, "What do you mean no? I'm a fan." I go, "Yeah, well, we're at my place and we're not allowed to take pictures here." What are you talking about? They won't know. I'm like, "There's 6,000 cameras above us. They'll know."
That's right. I thought the story was gonna conclude with this guy recognized me at work. This is this guy who's worked with me for 12 years.
Did I ever tell you the story about Daryl Toderick? That's right, I dropped his name. He was the greatest guy ever. We were telling stories about working with Daryl at work on Tuesday because it was super dead at work. So we were all just reminiscing about this guy, and he was awesome. He He looked ancient, but he wasn't ancient. It was just he did a lot of drugs when he was younger. And,
so we're all gonna look like that, right?
some great stuff from him. Like he was walking behind the main bar at my place of business, and he had a tray of rock glasses. So your regular cocktail glasses, and they're all tempered glass. So when they break, they explode, and a tray of them has about 65 glasses on it. And he's walking, and I snuck up behind him. He had no idea I was behind him, and I'm like 2 feet behind him, just following him. And I'm like, "Hey, Daryl!" Boom! Drops the tray right. Explosions everywhere. He's holding his chest up against the bar. He's like, "I just had fucking flashbacks of the war, you fucking asshole." Another good one was
You should have said what war? The Revolutionary War.
So basically, your funny story is that you're a dick.
Yeah. There's a player that was burnt in a fire, and he wears a almost Hannibal Lecter mask when he goes out that covers half of his face. And Daryl's acid trips wouldn't let him even look at the guy. So the guy's walking towards our bar one time, and it's me and Daryl at the bar, and Daryl's like, "You got to take care of him. I got to go." And he just takes off, and I serve the guy, and I'm like, "Where the fuck did he go?" I'm wandering around the bar because there's only one entrance, and he didn't go to the entrance. So I'm like, "Where the fuck did he go?" He's hiding in one of the cupboards behind the bar. He actually crawled into a cupboard, and he's cowering there like this. This guy's like 45 years old. But he's like, "Oh my god!" But the best one, the actual funny story that we were reminiscing on, me and the other two guys that were on Midnights at the time, was back when I started at my place of business. You had to swipe in and then sign in, and you'd sign in pre-shift, and it was just a sheet of paper. Now I'm legally blind, for anyone that doesn't know. So my name was bold, like this big, so it was big enough for me to sign in with them, able to read it. So he was a big drug head in his time, so his mind doesn't work all that well. And he had worked with me already for like 6 months, so he knew everything about me. And he's sitting there, and he's signing in, and he's looking at the schedule, and he's like, "Who's this Chad guy? What the fuck's he think he is, a superstar?" And he signs his name and passes the paper around, and we're doing pre-shift, and it's about 5 minutes into pre-shift, and you see him drop his head down. He's like, "Oh, fuck," because he realized who it was, right? And why my name was bigger. And then we played that for 3 months. I even had the supervisors in on it that I was angry at him. For 3 months, he was scared to talk to me because he thought I was angry with him.
You're an evil son of a bitch.
I am.
God, that's not funny. You're just picking on this poor disabled guy. It's like you're a guy with a fucking disability, and you're picking on another disabled person. That's mean as fuck, man.
That's what they do to each other. They just.
God damn you people! You fucking people, man, are disgusting.
They're worse than the people that.
You're worse than subhuman. You're filth. You're garbage.
Just smell expensive booze in the Foreskin Lounge and just troll people.
The Foreskin Lounge.
There's the Foreskin Lounge, baby. Just sniffing the dickle. It's terrible, baby.
I'm gonna drink some 100th Meridian next.
Oh, jeez, that's a beer that Dr. Dave, the beer professor, likes, baby.
Why?
He liked that beer.
Most excellent.
Why is that not in a can?
Uh-oh.
Because the Teamsters got to them.
He's gonna take it in the can here soon, baby. That's what's going on.
How's that barley wine treat you, Ethan?
Well, if you read my Untapped, Joe.
How about I don't? How about I just fucking unfriend your shitty ass? Just tell me how it tastes.
Hey, Ethan, I have a question for you. Is it from Barrie, Quebec?
Yeah, actually it is. How do you like that new label, Eric?
It doesn't make it taste any better.
At least Ethan didn't say it was from goddamn Michigan. Jesus Christ.
Okay, back to barley wine. How was that?
Sorry. It was good. There was just some issues with it I had. It was almost, let's just say, the blackberry barley wine ale. It was bordering just straight fruit beer.
Wow.
Just any average, but it was so good. It was still good. It just didn't remind me so much of a barley wine. That was the problem.
What barley wine? What barley wine are you talking about?
Shut your fucking mouth. You were the blackberry character.
New Belgium Lips of Faith series blackberry barley wine.
Ooh, I'm actually interested in that. You said no good?
So.
Good, no good? Good, no
it's
good?
good. It's above average.
Good, no good?
What is the blackberry character? Is it actually was it like
It's
authentic
actually
or was
like
it fake?
It's like eating blueberries, really. So
Cool, it's a blackberry.
Above average on Ethan's scale means
Yeah,
it's probably really good.
Wait,
whereas
did
the
you
stuff
just
he
say
thinks
it's
is really
like-
good as shit.
Did you say it's like eating blueberries? Is that what you said?
to me, yeah. It
What
felt
was
like
the
it
name
had
of
like
it? What was the name of it again?
Wait, did you say
No.
blueberries or blackberries?
Because
Why are you being like this, man?
I'm asking you what the name of the fucking thing is.
This is why I don't want to talk about the beer now. You just don't want to make. I just don't want to talk about it now.
It's a blackberry barley wine, and you said it tastes like blueberries. That would be
I
cause for
said it
concern.
had the skin.
Ethan, you're lucky. I can't mute you right now.
Why did I didn't mute? Why did I mute? What's going on here?
I mean, I can't mute him from the iPhone. This is disappointing.
Well, I guess I interrupted that conversation. Luckily.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whatever. It all pales in
Ooh,
comparison
yes, I can.
to Blue Moon Whales. Okay.
All
so I
right.
don't-
So drinking Jenny ice beer is hazardous to your health. I'll just say that right now.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
But I thought it only tasted just like Canadian.
Yeah.
Canadians hazards in your fucking
I
health.
had their chocolate pretzel
Exactly.
porter. It was pretty good.
It has. I mean, the last time that I had the Molson Canadian, I actually reviewed that on my YouTube channel. I thought the same thing, where what it's got going on is that general vegetal oily corn wet paper thing going on. That whole thing going on. But again, you're like trying to pick out which beer from America or Canada really doesn't have that kind of flavor, and it's kind of hard to discern which one you might be talking about. But again, I thought this beer, the Jenny Ice and the Molson, had a overriding corn and a veggie.
This one doesn't have a corn flavor.
Oh well, not your session IPA.
No.
Does it have any
We're
flavor
still
at
on
all?
mine. We haven't done the session IPA yet.
Oh, what are you drinking now? I got that mixed.
Right here.
There you go.
Mill Street's fucking whatever amber lager fucking Meridian piece of shit beer.
100th
that sucks a
Meridian.
big giant dick.
And
Yeah.
you know what? They should have. What is it? Trafalgar. Tragically Hip should have sued them. That's my song.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Someone has to actually care about that band for them to be able to sue.
A lot of people care about that band, unfortunately.
And they're
Nobody
all
cares
located in Buffalo.
Yeah, nobody cares about that band. Let's face
They're
it.
huge here. It's,
I posted a song today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Cool story, bro. Let's go on now.
No, I was asking if I posted a song today.
Is that
Yeah.
a question or a statement? I don't understand what you're trying to do.
Did I post a song today? Did I post a song for Fuckhead's 7 days of songs?
I don't know. I have hid all those posts.
I don't know. I was just going around. You think I was paying attention to what people were doing?
I don't notice that you did.
I just had to nominate people. I didn't need to pay attention to what they were doing. Come on now.
I saw Paul pegging people, and I'm like, I don't want to see this anymore. Not at all.
Yeah, he took the term to a disgusting extreme.
47 paragraphs later, I'm like, I don't. Nope.
Yeah. I unfollowed Paul for some time just because of the. I don't know.
He
I'm
likes
just scared.
Paul's our buddy, but at the same time, when it comes to Facebook, that guy, he must follow 7 billion pages. I've never seen a guy fucking like so many different like horror shit in my life. Like one day he must just go on like a fucking little spree because it'll be like 50 posts of Paul just liking different horror fucking, like someone from a horror movie will post like, oh, today's blah blah blah, like. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Paul, just stop liking everything.
Horror if you're lucky. Otherwise, it's like Obama's a monkey and other stuff.
No comment.
Yeah, he is very versatile in his posts, I guess. I don't know what's happening. Wide variety.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Paul likes horror films. I didn't know that at all.
No one would have guessed. No one would have
Of
guessed.
horror films, he really likes werewolf films.
Oh yeah,
he
he does.
He's a werewolf freak. Yep.
All
He wants to be a
werewolf
werewolf.
he
is.
he could be one. Yes, he could.
Yeah.
So he grows his hair out. And
Actually, you look like a fucking wolf man right now, Ethan. You fucking freak.
hey, thanks. Thanks, Lee.
No, don't be.
You.
You know,
That's like the nicest thing I've had Lee tell me ever
Look at
since
these
I've been
goddamn
here.
fangs going on there, Ethan. You're just ready to take a bite out of someone, aren't you? You look. Don't fucking. Ethan,
Choose.
Ethan, I was trying to build you up as tough as like a wolf. You started flapping your hands around like this, like some kind of fairy wolf man. That doesn't work.
I do it with a little cat slap, you know.
Ethan, are you going to come up for the 3rd annual Albino Rhino Beer Festival?
Yeah. I mean, if Lee comes with that mask, then yeah, sure.
I'm not going. So.
Ooh.
Well, then.
Lee, is it only cost that's keeping you from coming?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, I might be able to help you out then.
No one is sending me money.
I didn't say
I'm
anything
starting. I'm starting a Kickstarter campaign right now.
Get Lee to Southern Ontario, baby.
We need to have a Lucha Libre wrestling competition for Lee. We need to do it now.
Save the king.
And all
It's
expense
Lee
paid
versus
trip.
Lee versus the Green Bastard. It's gonna happen.
It's the least you
Yes.
could do too for our king.
It'd be a team.
Yeah, don't you have to like pay the king at the end of the year or something like that? You have to give him
That's what they call royalties.
The
Royalties.
thing is, though, the campaign should only be to get Lee here. We won't actually give him any money to get it back.
It's a one-way
Once you're here,
ticket,
you're
Lee.
stuck living with Chad.
You don't want to live with me.
Chad, how do you feel about another?
Honestly, you don't want to live with me. That's probably the problem.
No, you probably don't want to live with him, I would imagine.
There's a lot of sex in a lot of places.
Yeah, and some of it will be in these bucks.
I think that's the least of your worries, to be honest with you, Lee.
Well, what are you trying to say, Joe?
Not saying anything. Just say it's the least of his worries.
Just saying, Joe, speaking from experience, baby.
I have not stayed in the house, so maybe Nick can fill us in.
There'll be a train. And there'll be
Nick,
Lee
are you
in the
too
picture.
drunk to understand what's happening?
No, I understand perfectly what you're saying. I was just talking to somebody else. So
Well, that's
So
not
Lee,
nice.
Lee's gonna
You're
stay
out
here
of
so we can survive the zombie apocalypse.
I can survive the zombie apocalypse. If the zombie apocalypse happens, I'm just going to across the street to work, and I'm fucking locking all the fucking doors. I have a grocery store full of fucking food that I can defend. I can take fucking
His stronghold.
We have a bunch of windows up front. I can take all the fucking dog food bags and pile them up just like in the mist and put them in front of the fucking window. Zombies aren't breaking through that shit at all.
That's cool, though, Lee, but does your grocery store sell beer?
It has near beer.
No, it didn't answer the question.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. My brother has a lot of guns, and he's going to get up on the fucking roof with his guns. We can fucking shoot our way to a fucking car and drive to the fucking NSLC, get some fucking beer, drive our way back, and we'll be good.
And you can even
You know
drink
what,
and drive. At that point, laws won't apply.
It should be that should be the next Trailer Parks movie where a zombie apocalypse happens, and that's what happens exactly. Because they've done it before where they were trying to rob an NSLC right in a grocery store or something like that. I vaguely remember that. Countdown to Liquor Day or the one before that. That'd be great.
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Okay, do I drink before we go offline and I do that review? Do I have the can or the bottle?
Bottle.
And
Always can.
Always can.
Do
Mix-
the can. Do it.
Mix both together.
Can is Miller Lite.
That's why I said the can.
That's why I said bottle.
I don't know why you have more than two of those. I don't know why you have more than
This
one.
is the second one.
I said
You know why?
mix
Because
both
I
together.
actually don't drink Miller Lite, and
Back in 10.
for the $2.45 I paid for it, I'm like, I don't know what I have in the fridge for a beer BDU, so let's just buy this because
Mix-
I wanted something tasteless.
Sounds like a poor thought process when you went into buying that.
Mix them both together now. Do it.
Well, I had a $30 beer budget,
Listen,
and I found $24 worth of beers I hadn't had, so I had a $6 beer budget for beers for tonight.
so hang on. You said that's $2.45 for a single can, and the
Yeah.
can is how big?
500.
Okay, and what's the percentage?
4.
Okay, what does Bolshevik Bastard retail for? Anyone?
That's $10 a 4-pack. I didn't have
And-
$10.
Well, listen, you should have found $10 because that's like $2.50 a bottle when you break it down. You're paying $250 for that, $245 for that.
Well, no, I agree. In the long run, the Bolshevik Bastard is better because it tastes better. It's a higher ABV. I support that company more, but I only had $6 to play with, so 2 cans of this, and then I donated.
Joe,
donated $1 to the Children's Wish Foundation.
I would have got
Joe,
head
Joe,
stock.
take it.
That's what I would
It's like a saison. He doesn't want 2 because he's like a farmer. He doesn't want to get too drunk.
It's true. That's true. It's under 5%, guys.
Yeah,
Good to
baby.
go.
And you still got to sow his seed later.
No, I don't have to sow the seed tonight. Well, I might still.
Whoa, hello.
Let's be honest. I might.
I would prefer if we weren't honest. Just let's lie about it.
Hey, listen, Mr. Stalker, stalking my wife at Walmart.
That happened, and I'm okay with it.
Hey, you're Chad's wife. Is he here?
I like how she didn't realize she was in videos before. That was the great. How is it? I don't know. You're in like a half dozen reviews before. You like JTV. You'd occasionally come down in the basement. I don't know. People have seen you on the internet. It happens.
It wouldn't have been so awkward if you just didn't pull your dick out.
Isn't that what's supposed to happen in Walmart? I thought that's what always happens at Walmart.
Yes, that's how they greet you at Walmarts in America.
Not
Yeah.
at Target though. Target's
Target's classy.
Target's
Fucking
classy.
I would have just pulled out my balls at Target.
I like it. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
The girls at Target wear yoga pants compared to the mom.
Yeah, they do.
They bend over, you can see their target.
I really wish YouTube and
You guys do a lot of research on
You can
Target
see their
employees.
target.
I
It's
really
called
wish YouTube and
Target,
Google Plus
not
would fix the comment
Hey.
section, because we could have had a great conversation with the viewers. You can't even talk to the viewers now. The viewers are like, we can't talk to you. Fuck you guys.
To be fair, the viewers are all in this chat right now.
No, we have 6 people right now.
How many?
6.
That's just Lee on 6 different accounts. I don't know what you're doing.
No, he doesn't do that anymore because he can't read comments anymore.
No, that's true.
Ooh, wait. I might have something, and it might not be 4 years old.
Okay.
Is it your son?
Only like 3.5.
you haven't until I finish this glass of beer.
It's not your son,
Shit.
is it?
All right, Alec. No, it's that thing I posted about what your style of beer says.
Oh, somebody fucking kick him for me.
What is that, like fucking 6 years old?
What your style of beer says about you.
Oh. What is your
Yo, what's
style?
your favorite style of beer?
What does your style say about you then, Ethan?
Like just a broad style, like a lager or a
What's
stout
your style say about you?
a bock.
So we're about to go offline. Is that what I'm understanding?
He said his style, a lager, an ale, and a bock.
A pumpkin ale.
Oh,
How
man.
many of those did you name? 5, 7, 10?
For a
Oh,
My
local.
style is ice beer.
A cream ale, a bitter.
I like porters, I like stouts, I like sours, I like white.
So
Sounds like
You
a
like
grown
what
white?
about oatmeal stout?
You
Do
like
oatmeal
white?
stouts? Do you like oatmeal stouts, Chad?
I like stouts in general.
He also likes
so
white.
So then, let me see. Hold on. It says
White
you've grown
beer.
thick skin and probably battle smaller species of bears.
Did you say dick
That's what your beer says about you.
He's a fucking rhino. That's pretty
And
accurate.
it said if you drink an oatmeal stout, you appear soft like a stuffed teddy.
Did you
could
say
win it on
did you say thick skin or dick skin? Which one did you say?
Foreskin.
You know what? I was bringing all the. I have 15 tables now for the festival, right? I own 15 of my own, and because breweries bring their own, and then we use some of the sanctuary's tables, and I have some of my own. I actually have a rhino spray painted on all the tables that I own. A buddy of mine did a rhino cutout, and I spray painted a rhino on all of them. So I brought all the tables in from the garage to bring them downstairs before it got too cold and they got damaged. And they're all sitting in the living room as I'm bringing them downstairs. And my daughter goes, "Daddy, there's a triceratops on this table." I go, no, honey, it's a rhino. No, it's a triceratops. So yeah, she can recognize horns and knows what that means.
Kill imagination.
So what are we going offline?
Oh, it says here
Hey,
Goes
Ethan.
is cocksucker. That's what that is.
Is that what it is, Ethan?
Yeah.
Get better at math. Can we go offline,
I
please?
think I can
Ethan, what do they say about